We just talked about setting the physical scene and setting a time for your meditation. But let's talk about priming your brain, priming your mental state to meditate. What I want you to be aware of is that your meditation time is maybe the only time in your day that you will be sitting down and dedicating yourself to self-care, to being alone with your thoughts, to healing, to growing, right? So it's important to set the right scene so that you really keep that in the forefront of your mind, what you are doing and why. Now, you might want to say something to yourself prior to starting meditation, just to remind yourself of what you're doing and why. Some people choose to say a prayer or an invocation or a mantra. I personally just prefer to just think to myself, okay, what am I about to do and why? I'm about to do some meditation. This will help me in the following ways. I also want you to think about how you're going to meditate. So just remind yourself, okay, when I turn on this timer, I'm going to focus on the sensation of the breath entering and leaving my nose. Although I might notice other signs, and that's okay, I'll just keep returning my focus back to the sensation of the breath entering and leaving the nose. And I'll just keep on doing that. I will sit with a good posture. I will remember and remind myself to sit back and sit up with a good posture. I'll also make sure that I've eliminated as many distractions as possible. My phone's on silent. The door's closed and locked. I've told people that I'm meditating. I've established those routines in that mind frame. The reason is important for this. And you'll notice this when you start practicing, if you just sit down and just go, well, I'm meditating, it's like there's no break between activities. Once again, this is why you start meditating first thing in the morning, but if you do meditate another time of the day, that's fine, but just take a little bit of a breath. One thing I also like to do is, if I'm meditating later in the day particularly, I'll do a little bit of calm breathing. Now, I'm going to talk about calmness and relaxation breathing later on, but for the moment, just think about just taking a few slow and deep breaths, just to calm yourself down. Now, this isn't the idea of a meditative slow and deep breath where I'm just focusing on the breath. This is just relaxing the body. 5 to 10 of those to just settle myself, calm myself down, get my good posture, think over my motivation, think over my goal, think of what I'm about to do, set the timer, and then I do it. It's about priming yourself. It's the same reasoning behind some people will listen to energetic, heavy metal, emotive music prior to exercise. Some people have a meditation song or a meditation scent that they'll put on. They might have a ritual. A lot of religions use prostrations, physical movements as a part of their prayer because it primes the person to think about what they're doing. They're physically moving their body. If you're into yoga, you could do some yoga stretching, right? There isn't really a prescriptive way of what I'm suggesting, but what I am saying is that it's important to prime yourself to get yourself into the mood. Because let's say you're giving yourself 10 minutes. If you don't prime yourself, you'll find yourself doing that priming process during the meditation anyway and getting frustrated and not having a good session and just feeling, you're spending that time anyway. I think it would be better to spend a bit less time at the start, not meditating, just getting yourself ready, getting yourself primed, getting yourself organized, and then having a good session. In the next video, we're going to do a 5-minute guided mindfulness meditation session. Once again, I encourage you to bookmark it so you can return back to it at any time that you like.